Hello chatbox out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got to on my last 2 days of this week, which are my Thursday and Friday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely end to your week, almost a weekend. On my Thursday I got up after a nice lie-in, got showered and changed, had some breakfast, listened to a bit of music and was just watching a bit of Netflix, playing on Pokemon Go and playing on Subway Surfer. My mum was asleep and my dad, older brother, sister and younger brother and sister all at work. I've had the last 4 days off work, having a nice few days off work, enjoying my freedom. And I'm back in work Saturday night and then Sunday daytime and then back in next week for a lot of shifts as it is half term, so it's going to be very busy. And so I've just been enjoying my free time and yeah, it's been good. And I was just watching a bit of stuff off record that I needed to watch, and my mum got up and my dad had gone off fishing as he does on Thursdays, and I then was just listening to a bit of music, doing a bit of colouring in and working on some illustrations, and then me and my mum went and collected a Butty's lunch that we'd ordered, and we went and collected that and then went off down to my grandparents' house, and I bought a Butty's lunch for me, my mum and my grandma and grampy, and I had a tuna, cheese, onion, lettuce, cucumber toasted wrap, and I had that with a cup of tea in my favourite little flower mug that my grandma always does my cups of tea in whenever I go round, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. The Butty's lunch was so good. We then were just watching a bit of the news, and it's absolutely heartbreaking about the earthquake that happened in Turkey and on the border to Syria as well. So just so much devastation, and yeah, just seeing all of that unfold. And then me and my grandma and grampy and my mum were just having a good catch up, and my grampy's back's been playing up, so he's in a bit of discomfort, bless him. And then me and my mum got back and I headed off for a little walk and went off and had a look in the chai shop. I went off to one of the flower shops and I got some flower sets in there that I'm going to show you guys now. Love it in that flower shop, all the lovely flowers, the lovely colours, all the spring flowers starting to come in now that it's getting to springtime. And I also got some plant sets on there that I'm going to show you guys now as well. I love all the patterns on the leaves, all the greens. After that, I then made my way home. On the way back, I was just playing on Pokemon Go. Went back, I then watched Home and Away, listened to a bit of music, watched Escape into the Country and a bit of Father Brown, did some drawing and colouring in and a little bit of writing. I then was just sorting out my Blue Set doll, put that away, and then I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks. My older brother was back from being at work and he went off to rugby training, and I then got myself ready to go off to touch rugby, and I was ready on time for a change. So my older sister beat the horn and I was out ready to go, and she was so surprised. She was like, oh my god, it's like pigs are flying. I was like, very funny. Got my shin pads put on because I'm always falling on my knees, so I've got knee pads to stop me from falling and cutting my knees. And I went on a walk the other day and managed to fall over and cut my hand and my knee. So I said I think we're going to have to start wearing those knee pads everywhere I go, even wearing them to work. And yeah, I just need to be in a headgear, shoulder pads, knee pads. I'm just so clumsy. Might as well just wrap me up in bubble wrap because I literally always fall over, so clumsy. And yeah, it's a really good evening at touch rugby. I didn't score one try, not only one but 2 tries, and both times, the first time I literally ran, I had like 3 people chasing me and like slid and scored my try, thank God for my knee pads, we were on the AstroTurf, so it hurt like how I hadn't had them on. And then the second time it was right near the try line, and I literally dived and hit it down between one of my opposite teammates' legs. So I was like, yes. And I also caused 2 touching passes, and one of them, they'd gone to score a try, and the try was not counted because they'd been caught before, and they'd been caught and then passed the ball away. So yeah, I was literally on fire last night. I think it was those few days I've had off work, obviously being nice and refreshed and rested, and yeah, it was just so much fun. And by the end I was bloody knackered. Got back, got showered and changed into my PJs, and then we had spaghetti bolognese with tea, and I want to show you guys a photo of that now. I love spaghetti bolognese so much, especially with lots of Parmesan cheese on there. Our sister stayed for a little bit, she then went off home, and my older brother was back from being at rugby training, and I then was just watching the UK soaps, just a bit of music, finished off writing my journal for today, put that away. I then was watching Love Island, and then I was just watching a little bit of Netflix, and I just watched Chicago, love that musical so much. And then I went off to bed, and then on my Friday, which is today, I got up after a nice lie-in. I then had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and was just watching a bit of Ginny and Georgia. I've finished that series, the season 2 now, and then I was just watching some more stuff on Netflix, listened to a bit of music, playing on Subway Surfer and Pokemon Go. My mum was asleep, my dad, older brother, sister and younger brother and sister were at work, and my dad had then gone off to the mall to get some Euros for my older brother and his girlfriend who are off to Paris next week, Lucky Devils. It's half term and they both work in secondary school and primary school, so Dave got the week off, so they're going off to Paris, and yeah, going off for a few days. I think it's like 2-3 days. Yeah, wish them a very lovely time there. Hopefully they'll bring me back a souvenir, and yeah, I'll get to Paris someday. There are so many places I want to go. I'll get there eventually. And then I was just watching a bit of Doctor Who. My dad got back, he went off to bed, mum got up, and I was just watching this David Attenborough butterfly documentary. I love David Attenborough so much, I just find him so fascinating, all his knowledge, and if I could have anyone narrate my life, I probably want him to narrate my life. Then I got myself ready to go off for a massive walk, and I headed up to the garden centre, which is my happy place. I love that place so much, I just find it so therapeutic. And I got there and I got some plant snacks that I'm going to show you guys now. I love all the plants they have in there. I was able to get lots of really nice plant starts from there, all the lovely patterns and the greens. I also got the snap of this pretty wreath that I'm going to show you guys now. Such a lovely wreath. I then went out the back and was able to get a few flower starts that I'm going to show you guys now. I just love flower and plant photography so much, it makes me so happy, and I just find the garden centre so therapeutic. I then went into the cafe and they were only doing cakes and coffees for a while, but they started doing food again, which is great. And I had a tuna cheese toastie with some salad, and had a jam and strawberry scone with a pot of tea, and also had a 7-Up as well. I'm going to show you guys a photo of that now. So delicious. The scone with the jam and the cream It was just so delicious. Thought I was going to have to be waddling home when walking back from the garden centre, and a toasted sandwich with the cheese and tuna and a salad, and the coleslaw was just so good. Love coleslaw. I then had my pot of tea and my 7-Up and just sat and kind of chilled for a bit, let my food go down, and then went and had a look in the stationery section and homeware section, looking at some of the pillows and the notebooks and stuff like that. And I did end up getting 2 pairs of socks that I'm going to show you guys now. This first pair being rainbows. Love it. And yeah, I just love them. Pride LGBTQ, got some rainbow socks, love it. And then these ones are beautiful as well, with flowers and plants on them. And yeah, love socks. You know, I much love my socks and notebooks. I then made my way home. I got back and my dad had gone to pick my younger sister up from Cheltenham. She's down for a few days, and when I got back, they just got back, so I had a nice catch up with my younger sister, and I've just been writing a bit of my journal, just a bit of music, just sorted out my Bridget doll, and I'm now off to go and watch today's Home Away, and then probably just chill for the rest of the day. I hope you guys have all had a lovely last 2 days of your week, and all have a great weekend ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.